Hello everyone to our video number 2 of this series, that is most asked coding question in interview rounds to freshers. In this video we are going to start with the question that is, find the frequency of each element in an array. So if we go to our IntelliJ, our IDE, so here we are going to code that question, that is, find the frequency of each element in an array. Just one thing, whenever you see this word frequency, count, these things, you should know in your mind that you need to use map, because it will have key value. In key you can hold that string or that integer for which you are trying to get the frequency, and in value you can have the frequency or the count, how many times it got repeated in an array, in an list. The common mistake that some people do is they will create two separate array, one is with values, one is with frequencies, and then they will print both of them using the index. Okay, in zeros index I have value number 1, and in zeros index in second array I have the frequency of that value. Like that they will do. That is not optimal solution. So when you use map in this kind of question, that is the most optimal solution and most easy way also to code it. Okay, so here we started. First what we need is an array. So I am creating an array of integers. You can create string, character, whatever you want, like whatever you want, or you can create a list also. If you don't want to use array, you can create a list also. I am naming it as ARR, most common name. Then the numbers, some repeated numbers we will give, so we can see the frequency also. So that's all. So this is our array. Now we will create a method, frequency counter, frequency counter, and what we will pass, we will pass this array inside it as the argument, and now we can create it. It got created here below. Now what we need to do, we need to first create a map to hold the key value. So map, and what will be the key, what kind, like type. If we just see what will be the type of key, so because it is an integer array, and as a key we are going to store these values, so that will be integer. So I will type integer here, and frequency will always be integer because that is the inter number, how many times it got repeated, 1 2 3 4 5, so that is also integer. So it became a map of integer frequency and new hash map. Currently it is empty. Now what you will do, because we need to find the frequency on this array, we need to iterate over this array. So what we will do, we will use a for loop. You can use string, whatever, but in coding questions, basically in interview, when fresher is giving interview, they will accept the for loop. So it will have int I, you can use from ARR, starting and ending of for loop. Now in map there are two methods that you should know. That one is get, from which you will get the value using key. Second is put, where you will enter a new entry in map. And one thing, one property of map, if you try to insert a new entry with same key that is already present in that map, then it is going to override that value of existing entry. Means if there already a entry with key as 1 and value as 2, and if you try to enter the same key again with different value, means key as 1 and value as 5, then it is not going to have two entries with key as 1. It is going to override the existing entry. So the ultimate response will be, you will have only one entry, that is key as 1 and value as 5. I will just type it here. So there was one entry, this one, key as 1 and value as 3. Now you trying to enter one more value with same key and different value. What it will do, it will not create a map like this 1 and 3 and then you will have 1 and 5. No, it is not going to create like this. What it will do, it will just override this entry with new. So you will have 1 and 5 as the ultimate response. So this is the property we are going to use here actually. Okay, now what we will do, we will use this thing, frequency dot. Now we will use the method put, where we are going to put the key as the value from array. So simple it is. So just I. Now what will be the value? What you need, you need that it give us the frequency, how many time it is coming. So initially you don't have any value, but once you will have one value, it will give you frequency 1, then you can increment it every time. So the logic is value from this frequency plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, how many time it will come from here, so that is plus 1. Okay, but how you will get it, the thing is frequency, again you will use it, but you will use it now get or default, the method get or default. I will explain it why. Just bear with me, you will get this logic. Okay, now the first time when some entry is coming, assume 1 is coming from this array, so the key will become 1 and it will try to find the value from frequency to put it here as a value, but first time it is empty, so it will return 0. Why it will return 0? Because we used get or default. If the same key present, give the value, otherwise give default value, that is 0. So first time it will give 0, the ultimate entry will become 1 1 because we have plus 1 here. So the ultimate entry that will go inside frequency, that will be 1 1. The next time when 1 will come, here it will be 1, and what this method going to give you back is 1, because you have a entry in frequency now with key as 1 and the value it will return is 1. So this thing will gonna return you 1, and the ultimate response that going to save in frequency will be key as 1 and value is 1 plus 1 means 2. And as we know, map is not going to give add a new entry if the key is same. So because we already have a entry in map with key 1, so it is going to override the same entry with value 2. Like that, whenever same entry will return, it will going to increment in that. So this is the logic. Basically this is the complete logic, one line. Just you will iterate on for loop and you will write this thing, frequency or your map dot put the element from array as key, then you will use the same map to get the value from that using the key and increment. That's all. Now if you print it, print that map system dot out dot println frequency. So we are going to run it in debug mode, so we can see the working actually how it works. One debugger here, one debugger here. So real time you can see. Okay, for now what we have an array, you can see here an array with these elements. I will go next. Now what you have, a frequency map that is size 0 empty. Then what is I as 1, the first element of this array, I came as 1. The next line what it going to give, it will add a entry in frequency that is 1 and 1. this is the key and this is the frequency of how many time it came after one iteration of this for loop. Next iteration, now you can see entry 2 with frequency 1, same thing will happen for I3. Now we have a repeated entry I equal to 1. So what this thing gonna give you now? Now you can see, because you can see it here, you have an entry as key, you can see this key is here. So this particular segment going to give you 1. So 1 plus 1 2. So it is going to override the same entry. You can see 1, key is 1, value is 2, like that going to repeat, and we can see our ultimate response. I will just do resume here and next. So in console if you go, you can see 1 got repeated 2 times, 2 got repeated 2 times, 3 got repeated 1 times, 5 got repeated 3 times, and 6 got repeated 1 time. If you see our array, 1 got repeated 2 times, 1 and 1, 2 got repeated 2 times, 2 and 2, 3 got repeated only once, so here 3, 5 got repeated 3 times, 5 and 5, and 6 is here as 1. Yeah, so simple, just 1, 2, 3 and 4 lines of code, and you will get the answer. Very easy. Just we need to remember, whenever we see frequency count, we need to use map, because it is having key value thing. So in value you can hold the frequency, in key you can hold that particular string, integer, character, whatever you want to know the frequency of. Okay, so this is the thing. So this is our first video, and that's all for this video. So if you like the video, please press the like button, subscribe the channel, and we'll see you in next video. Thank you. Bye bye.